Good evening, everyone at randfinance.com, and welcome again to another edition of Dino's Tech Picks. It is Wednesday, the 23rd of May, about 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Looking at the minis, and last night we talked about this up channel here and possible Head and Shoulders with a very slanted neckline here, though I mentioned last night, I really wasn't counting on that to play out. I was more looking at this blue line, the trend, and thought maybe we would follow that down and test the bottom of the channel at the open, and possibly this green line, which I said was I thought was a buy spot with a tight stop, and pretty much ended up doing that. We drifted down and. At the open, we kind of broke down through this up channel that I've been watching and came down and tested that green line. We overshot quite considerably here. If you were buying here, we had a couple 30-minute candle closes below. I would say that would be confirmation enough that you should have got out, but we busted back through and then came back down and tested the green line again and shot back up. So it was definitely a buy spot here. What we ended up doing is making a nice flag here. It was funny because we had a little pennant forming here, and it was getting close to the apex, so I posted it on last night's blog that there was a pennant here to watch because we might be breaking out of it, and it was no sooner literally than about a minute after I posted it we had this big red stick here. So I gave minis the kiss of death a little bit, I think, but we still have a pennant going on here, or possibly flag that kind of lines up and it's parallel with the upper line, something along those lines. We'll keep an eye on it and see what happens overnight, and if it does break out to the upside, we'll get some targets for you. But just kind of roughly looking at it, we got 1294 to 1318. That's a 24-point swing from wherever it breaks out. If it broke out at 1314, you're looking at 1342 or upper 1330, somewhere up here. And if it's following the trend, it would be pretty much the top of this line, maybe with some overthrow, something like that. But again, too early to tell. As always, I'm just pointing things out to watch, and so that you can put them on your radar. And if they end up transpiring into something that confirms, and we can play it. So bigger picture, nothing's really changed here. We're still, as much as I talk about this little uptrend here, that could still be a flag, bear flag. So we got to watch that. We got to watch the big green line here that goes back a couple of years. Make sure we trade above that, and from a bullish perspective, we're trading above this line for the most part, so that can be viewed as consolidation. Below it can be viewed as distribution. I'm not saying that we won't break it, but the more that we stay above this green line, the better. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. So check back in the morning. I'll have an update, see how things went overnight, and hopefully that gives us some clues for trading tomorrow. Thanks.